Hi, it's Paul from paulbranding.com. So today I'd like to talk about a subject that's very close to all of our hearts, I'm sure, and the fact you're watching this means it's something that's important to you, and that's goal setting. A lot of people make goal setting out to be some sort of blackout or mystery or something that only super achievers do, but we all set goals, even if it's only to get up in the morning and go to work and maybe do something we don't particularly want to do. I've read loads and loads of books on goal setting, and I've followed a lot of the advice inside, and some books I've read that haven't really worked for me, but I'll share with you my goal setting process. The end of the day is almost any goal setting process is better than none, and what I found in, I'd say 95% of the people that I speak to, even business people, is they don't set goals. And that I found is the number one way that people sabotage themselves. You ask them what goals have you got, and they say none. Or maybe they talk loosely about saying, well, I'd like to lose weight or make more money. Well, that isn't really a goal, that's just a wish. A goal is something that's specific and it's measurable. I won't go into the acronym of SMART goals, I think that's a little bit corny. But I'm going to go through the goal setting guide now. I'm going to flash up a few questions. Please stop what you're doing, stop surfing the web, unless you're watching this on the web. Turn off your mobile phone for just a few moments. Don't check your email, because this is really, really important, and certainly will make a big change if you put it into action. You'll be able to download this goal setting guide for free on paulbranding.com. So hopefully by now you've got a piece of paper handy. It doesn't matter if it's an old scrappy piece of paper and a pen. And I have a question for you. What would you want in your life in the following areas? And please be as specific as possible, not more money, less weight, get fitter, big house. Those things aren't specific. The first thing is your health. What exactly would you like to weigh? And also, what would you like to be able to do physically? I wrote down a specific goal. In fact, I've got it written down here. I've got down to 13 stone. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in pounds, if you use pounds or kilos, but I wrote down my goal weight. I actually reached it, so now I've set a new weight for myself, and I have to look at this every day, and I've got it written on the fridge as well. So whenever I'm tempted to go in there and eat cake, then I'll have a healthy glass of water or something else instead. So write that down. Please feel free to pause this video. The next thing is money. Money. A lot of people say it's not important, yet we think about it a lot. I know I do. It makes a big difference to me and my family, and money enables my wife to stay at home and bring up our daughter, who's 17 months now, and also I'm sitting at home in my spare room. So it's pretty cool. So how much would you like actually in the bank in savings? How much money would you like to be making monthly? And where would you like it to come from? Would you like it to come from a job, a company that you're running, some shares, internet marketing, which is my favourite, or property? This is my morning coffee, by the way, excuse me. So answer that question. Next question is free time. It used to be the number one thing was money, but now the number one desire for people is to have more free time. There was a rumour that the IT revolution was supposed to make work and life easier, but actually it's made it a lot harder, I think. So how much free time would you like per year, per month, per week and per day, and what would you do with the time, and who would you spend it with? I set a goal to, this was a couple of years ago, to just work two days a month, and I ended up running IT training weekends that made enough money for me to basically stay home the rest of the month. Alright, other things, material things. What material things would you like? If you're not really bothered, I'm not bothered about flash cars, but there are some material things I like in my life. I like to have a lot of books. I like a decent laptop. It could be music equipment, or it could be something really big. It could be a nice big posh house, but please be specific. Where would you like it? How big? How many rooms? What colour? Be as specific as possible, and grab some pictures if you can off the interweb. I'm going to rattle on because I've only got 10 minutes on YouTube. The next thing, this is a bit of a hard one. What has stopped you getting these things so far? When I answered this question for myself, I saw that I was sabotaging myself, wasting my time during the day, checking emails as soon as they came in, picking up the phone every time it rang. It's silly. Be honest with yourself, but don't give yourself a hard time, because this is an opportunity for you to make some changes. It could be motivation. Lack of planning is a big one. People don't tend to plan their day in advance. Some people don't believe in themselves. And there's an interview on the site with Tony Summers, if you come to paulbrowning.com, that'll really help you with that. Motivation, or it could be something else. So again, please stop the video if you need to. Okay, so now you've made a list previously. In the first few questions they asked you about money, material things and holidays and that. Choose your top 3 things, the things you really feel you want. I used to have a goal for this big flash car that I wanted, but whenever I set the goal I never really did anything about it, and it turns out I'm not really that bothered about cars at all, as long as they're reliable and safe and nothing falls off them. So I really realised deep down it wasn't the car I was bothered about, it's more lifestyle. So choose the thing you know you could do if you put the time and the effort in. If it's to make $1 million in the next 6 months, and at this moment in time you're broke and have got no products or properties, that typically will be hard. And deep down you probably know that you wouldn't really be able to do that in 12 months. It would be hard. To pick something you're pretty sure you could do. Could be weight loss, make a certain amount of extra money, even a few $100 extra. Okay, and write those things down. The next thing I want you to do is, next to all 3 things, put a time limit, a reasonable amount of time for you to have achieved that by. Next, I'd like to know why, or I'd like you to write down why are these things important to you. The next question is, what changes will you have to make now, at this very moment in time, in order to make progress? It could be things that you have to stop doing, things you have to start doing. Alright, so what things can you do every day? You can break your goals down into daily actions. For example, if it's a fitness goal, I've put down in the guide here, the things I could do today would be to speak to a dietitian. I can easily phone a dietitian, and I've put down in the diary to do that at 2 o'clock. Join a local gym. A lot of us pass gyms to or from work or have special offers through work. Train, get up 45 minutes earlier and you can just go for a jog or walk. There's an ebook I've really enjoyed called Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle, which is superb, so you can educate yourself about the foods to eat that will actually increase fat loss and fat burning. I'll start writing down my weight every Friday morning. This is just an example of something I did. So if you print out the goal setting guide, I've actually got some charts for you to fill in. The other thing is, which circumstances or people do you know that are likely to sabotage your success? Examples are people who tell you you can't do anything or certain thing, or laugh in your face. People that tend to take up a lot of your time with their problems, or they're always wanting you to do things. It could be someone very close to you as well. Just write down so you bring it into your conscious awareness. And the next thing is very important. Get some of these cards, easy to get them from stationery stores, and write down your goals. So there's my one for weight loss. I've just actually scanned another one for the document. There's one for one of my websites, a monthly income. I've got a couple of others here on my keyboard, so I see them all the time. Read them when you wake up in the morning, read them just before dinner, and read them before you go to sleep at night. Okay, so now it's your turn to start taking action. If you've done your list, and please don't just make this another video or book that you just watch and put it in your I'll do later list. And yes, I've done it myself many times. Start taking the action. It's certainly not rocket science, so let me know how you get on. You can contact me. My email is paul@paulbrowning.com, and there's a couple of phone numbers that go through to voice messages on the website. So thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, please rate this video if you think it's pretty good.